Hey, I'm Nick with Fiesel Roofing. We're here at the Tsao residence. This is a State Farm claim with currently a repair scope on the roof. Today we're going to do a repair test to see if repair is a viable option on this roof. Obviously, as restoration contractors, our job is to bring the roof to a pre-loss condition. So what this test is going to simulate is a shingle patch to see if we can patch in the shingle without causing more damage. To complete this, I'm going to use a manufacturer-approved flat bar, and I'm going to start by breaking the seals on all the shingles. Then I'll remove the nail heads and then remove the shingle. At that point, I'm going to reinstall the shingle and reinstall all the nails and see if any damage occurs. If depending on how much damage we see, that'll determine if a repair is a viable option or if we'd have to do replacement. So I've marked out a shingle that I'm going to complete the repair on. I've marked out a shingle next to it, which will be my control area. So once I'm done, we'll be able to compare what happens after you manipulate a roof compared to before. So I'm going to get started. Gently just using my flat bar to separate the shingles. Next one. All right, we were able to successfully break all the seals without causing any damage. You can tell when there's this thing called material transfer that occurs. It didn't happen here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the nails out. I use my flat bar to lift the shingle to figure out where the nails are. Hold it up with this finger. And then gently pull the nails out. I'll just work my way down. Alright, so this nail pulled through. So I have to lift this one a little bit higher to get this out. One thing that you'll notice here, this shingle is starting to delaminate already. This is a sign of a non-repairable roof. So you have this top layer and this bottom layer have separated. For this, the test, this is the shingle that I'm removing, so that's okay. But if that happens anywhere else on the roofing system while I'm doing this, obviously I can't leave one of the field shingles like that, so I'd have to remove it as well. Now I'm going to do the second row of shingles. It's so hot, the shingle's already resealed. Okay. So I'm going to get this nail and then leave my thumb. This is less than 2 inches. I have this roof up, and what you'll notice, I put my thumb on the double laminate part because it's a little bit thicker. What that's done is it's actually delaminated this tooth right here. So I need to replace shingle number 3. I haven't even gone into the serious manipulation part of the roof, but it's already starting to delaminate, so that's a really bad sign. Same thing happened here. This is starting to delaminate as well. What you have to remember is the sealant on these shingles are a contact adhesive, right? They're not designed to unstick and restick over and over and over again. They're designed to stick once and hold. So that's why this isn't something that you can just ignore. All right, I believe I have all the nails out. Nope, there's more somewhere. Maybe it's full ice and water shield deck. Absolutely could be. Yeah. So another reason it's gonna be really hard to repair this roof. It's just a well-built home. They did full ice and water shield on the roof deck. So when I go to pull any shingle out, It's just sticking really firm to the roof deck. So just trying to get this one out. You can see.
Lift that up a second.
Well, I don't want to lift it, but if you bring the camera up here, the shingle above it is actually delaminated completely. So I now need to replace number one. You can't leave it like that. This is the only way you're going to be able to get this out. You can see the ice and water shield and how it sticks. Not acceptable to leave the roof in a condition like this. So there's the shingle. This is delaminated from the top, right? Cannot leave the roof like this. So we'd have to replace shingle number one. Shingle number three, these teeth are delaminated, have to replace that. Shingle number four has a little bit of delamination, but oh wait, I lied. Got to replace that one. And shingle number two, same thing. So already, I haven't even lifted the shingle high enough to re-nail it or anything like that. All four of the shingles above the one we have to remove, just on the removal process, are in bad enough shape that we can't leave them. So already we can say the roof is definitely not repairable. If any contractor were to repair a roof like this and leave it, it's unacceptable. Goes against every manufactured repair guideline, and it goes against Chapter 4 building code. So we can provide citations for all of that, but what I'm going to do now, just for the sake of the test, is I'm actually going to reinstall the shingle. To properly patch in a shingle, you got to lift the four above it high enough, obviously, to re-nail it. We have to lift these high enough to get the nail in the nail line perpendicular to the roof deck, and I have to lift these high enough to drive a hammer in with enough force. So I can't, sometimes we'll hear emails, you got to lift the shingles 2 to 3 inches to do that. It's literally impossible. The hammer itself this is a small hammer, and that's smaller than 2 or 3 inches. So at minimum, I need to lift the shingle about here to get that done. I'm going to put the nails directly next to the old nail heads, so that way there's no conspiracy that I lifted the shingles too high, or it was installed incorrectly. And then when we're done, we'll show the nail placement. I'm just using 3/4 inch roofing nails as well. Again, nothing fancy, nothing special. We're following the minimum standard of Ohio building code. All right, again, right next to the old ones, here's the old nail. Again, if I have the shingle any lower, look, I'm gonna hit it. So I just have it high enough to get the nail in. And if you thought it was delaminated before, look at it now. Same thing, find the next nail head. Again, just high enough. You can see if I had this any lower, I'm gonna hit the shingle. First row nails is in, now I'll do the second row. Same thing as before, lift it just high enough to get the nail in there. I'm actually even lower than the old nail. Should have one more and we should be done. All right, roof's been re-nailed. Obviously the roof's not in good shape. just to kind of further the point, when I was lifting the shingles, I don't know if you could hear in the video, but a lot of granules were falling off. I'm just gonna take my hand and wipe across the top just to simulate what winds and rains are gonna do over the next few weeks. And if I'm right, you can actually kind of see it already right here. But what you'll notice, there's gonna be a heavy amount of granule displacement on the top where the hinge point is. That's because the fiberglass matting is cracked and dislodged the granule. So if you look here, again, I'm not pressing too hard, just a light wipe. You'll see there's a crease line now at the top of the second row of shingles, and it's more profound than the first row because this shingle did have nails, still has nails up here before I did the first set of nails in it. So again, definitely not a repairable roof. For every one shingle we have to patch in, we have to replace 4 more. Financially, it's a terrible option because it's just going to lead to a chain reaction that's going to total out the whole roof. So we're going to obviously request for a full replacement here. We can't bring the roof back to a pre-loss condition. Let's pan over to the control area. You'll see what the repair area that we worked on. All these teeth are delaminated. Hold on. There we go. These teeth are delaminated. This entire shingle is actually delaminated under here, right? So I can stick my finger between the top and bottom of it. Unacceptable. If we come over to the control area, we didn't do any work on. All these teeth are still laminated down. The roof is functioning as intended. So definitely not pre-loss condition. Again, Nick with Fiesel. This is the Tsao residence with State Farm. Thank you for your time.